It says Mexican cartels are behind the push. They're focusing on meth pills, some disguised as adderall. The pills are easier to market, easier to take, and popular among college-age kids. I spoke to Robert Murphy, the acting administrator for the DEA, who says taking street pills is risking your life. So, Robert, you expect to double the amount of meth you're seizing this year from last year. What is driving this?
Unfortunately, there's a big demand in this country for meth, and we're seeing more and more of it. And then there's some other scary things developing in the sense that we're seeing more and more methamphetamine pills disguised as, coveted pills, like adderall or the oxycodone, the MDMA, and that's given us some cautionary, concerns.
Is this a strategic effort by the cartels now to focus less on fentanyl and more on methamphetamine?
It's definitely strategic. It's not to focus less on fentanyl because we haven't seen a drop off. It's the fentanyl that we're seizing and still remains pretty constant. So we haven't seen that. And even to that point, we're seeing more and more carfentanyl, which is even worse than fentanyl. It's about 100 times more addictive and more powerful.
And is it just as dangerous as fentanyl, just as addictive?
I would not characterize it as just as dangerous in the sense that clearly fentanyl kills more people. We're still, from a pure danger standpoint, wouldn't want anyone near fentanyl. It's borderline Russian roulette. The methamphetamine, highly addictive, very cheap, highly addictive, purely synthetic, and very profitable. And that's what's driving, that's why the Mexican cartels want to focus on it. But we're seeing, again, the pills, the demand for pills. There's less stigma about someone using a pill. You have to shoot it in your arm. You don't have to snort it. You don't have to smoke it. And what the dangerous part about that we're seeing is that an unsuspecting person who thinks they're taking Adderall, MDMA, or even, oxycodone is now going to become addicted to methamphetamine, which is very destructive in your life. May not kill you instantly, but it's a miserable life being addicted to it.
And the cartels are ingenious at hiding these pills. They're hiding them in crates of green onions, in boxes of celery, even watermelons. How much money do you think the cartels are making off of methamphetamine? And how difficult is it to intercept it at the border?
Right up there with fentanyl. It's one of their most profitable drugs, again, because they control every part of it. The manufacturer, the smuggling into the country, the distribution once it's in the country, so that they don't have to share like they would with Colombian cartels if it was cocaine or something. They don't have the ability to grow it in Mexico, so they have to share it with Colombians if they're dealing with cocaine.
And it's worth noting, these pills are very realistic. Adderall is a very commonly prescribed medication in this country. Molly, or MDMA, as you were referring to it, is a party drug that a lot of adults use when they're out and about. Even oxycodone, a common pain pill. What is your warning to Americans tonight who might be tempted to get these kinds of drugs easily online or on the street?
It's simple. It's the same thing I tell to my family. I tell to any other American. Listen, if you're not getting a prescription, or if you're not getting a pill from a licensed pharmacist as a result of a prescription, you're chancing your life. Anything you find on the street, we're almost at near 100% of the drugs that we seize in pill form on the street are almost nearly all of them fake. There is no such thing. There's no reason that it's way more profitable. They can sell it cheaper. It's a lot easier to get a fake pill versus the real thing, not having to deal with a legitimate going to a doctor or getting a prescription and going to a pharmacist. So, yeah, you're taking your own life in your own hands. Poor decisions, poor life decisions. That's what disturbs me the most, is because there's no such thing as experimentation anymore. Our young men and women who they're targeting, that college age, all of our college age kids that are going there where there might be some experimentation, there's no such thing as anymore, because that one decision you make to take the pill, me and 3 others can choose a pill from the same batch, but I get unlucky and I have the one with, a fatal dose in it, and that's it. I mean, there's no way to do it. I could tell you, as trained investigators, we have a hard time. We deal with this stuff all the time. I can hold 2 pills in my hand, and I couldn't tell you which one was real and which one wasn't. So my best advice, stay away from them.
Thank you for watching. Subscribe below and download our NewsNation app right now on your phone, and you will get fact-based, unbiased news for all Americans.